Welcome to the Corner Bird Studio live stream. I'm back with another drawing session because I'm kind of sick of 3D sculpting video editing. But after doing this session, I'm sure that I'm going to be sick of painting. So it's always good to jump around for me so that I can keep my motivation going. Oh my god, why is my headphones so annoying when devices that you have already set the settings for, like, and the settings just keep changing back to the original. Okay, I just deactivated something from my headphones. But yeah, I'm just going to keep going with this one, which I worked on yesterday. I worked on this yesterday, no, the day before and yesterday. And I'm quite happy with how it turned out. So yeah, and then I'll go back to video editing later on. You can see the reason why. Wait, wrong thing. The reason why I got sick of video editing. It's like I was trimming down all my previous live streams. Oh, I feel so sick. Like I don't know like what to trim down for this one. But yeah, and then now I need to figure out, like, do I need another music to pair with these, because this feels quite long. But I think I think I'm just going to not include this whole thing because this thing feels really long. Yep. So that's what I've been working on. And then I think last week too, I was away for a family trip. Let me find it. Where is it? Oh yeah. If you see my live stream, is it last week? Like, I was showing a few drawings at the end of the stream. This is what it was for. It's to decorate the rooms. Isn't it so cute? Like, look at it. It's so cute. Because this is a Disney cruise, so I was drawing like, this is like Minnie inspired Sally. And look at this. It's so cute, so fucking cute. Isn't it so cute? So I was drawing Alice inspired Chikawa. Because I don't know, I just really like Alice Chikawa so much. I guess the other thing is that when I was drawing with, because I was using my brush pen to fill up the black areas, like super large black areas for, like, I guess mainly the Mickey Mouse ears. And yeah, I guess like just using the dark brush pen again, like, it made me miss doing some drawings. And so when I came back from the cruise and then I sat down my iPad, I was like, I feel like drawing something. So this is what happened. And I realized, like, when I did this drawing that I didn't realize until I finished it, but I was looking at like the stars that I drew, and I was thinking, oh, this really looks like the Slate Inspired 2 region stars. It's like, it feels like I'm very subconsciously inspired by, like, my brain has subconscious thoughts of like the things I'm working on. Like the region stars, I keep looking at them because of the video edit that I have to do, and also because I haven't finished the region sculpt. Yeah, it's just, yeah, so many things that I didn't realize is like affecting the thoughts that I have, I guess. Yeah, like even these eyelashes, I was like, this was kind of inspired by like, this mascara that my sister bought for me, and it's It's really cool because my eyelashes are not really that great. But you can see like, oh, actually it's not really that easy to see with this. But this mascara has like 2 brushes at both ends. One is a long comb-like brush, and then when I used it for the first time, like the mascara didn't clamp on my eyelashes at all. Like I was so shocked. Like it made my eyelashes like this. Yeah. But anyway, a lot of things that's inspired by real life, like my day to day, and yeah. And I gotta say, like when I think about Brushman, I think about Berserk. So it's just drawing things that I love. I mean, nothing about this looks like Berserk, but I feel inspired by like the detailed brushwork that he did. Yeah, I think there's nothing else much to say because yeah, like painting and drawing is not really my strongest thing. But if I had to say something, this is the brush that I'm using, the Nitro. It's under the new Procreate library. This one, yeah. Which one is it? Okay, so like in the base Nightjar brush, like the default one, under the new Procreate library, under the inks, there's a Nightjar brush. I separated these 2 brushes and I used the top one. But the top one is kind of it's very blobby like this, which I don't really like. But then I don't remember what the settings I put to change that, because this one is less blobby. But I think one of the things that I did remember to change, which one is it? Oh yeah, streamline. I always activate streamline for my brushes, else everything's just like super wobbly. I also find that it makes me draw a lot faster because I don't need to be like super careful about things. Like I just need to do it like this. Wait, where is it? I think I probably changed something in this one. Oh, this one, I think. I think I changed this to azimuth so that because if it's not, then you can see when I rotate like this. Oh, I can't zoom in this. The ends of the brush, because the stroke is like an oval shape, so it will follow until I change like 90 degrees, and then it becomes like a completely straight on oval like that, which is very weird. You can see like it's like it's an unnatural kind of movement. So if you change it to the second setting, then this part it'll follow the direction of the pen. So I think that's about it. Oh, and then I changed the maximum size. What is it? I changed the minimum size and the maximum size to adjust it to what I want. So, oh wait, this is the wrong. Wait, I'm not sure how much I can do in the stream, but I was thinking that it'd be pretty fun to show a little bit of this because, yeah, like halfway through drawing this, I was like, oh man, I want to do this on a live stream, so that's what I end up doing. So this is the look of the brush, which is pretty nice. Previously I was using this brush, the lichen brush, and then I edited it a little bit, but I find like with this one, there's a part of it which I didn't really like, which is I can't adjust. You can see just with the same yeah, like this. I think with the tilt it creates a really big brush size, which is not the way that I use a brush pen in like the physical brush pen. So I found it really hard to control this one in the way that I like. And then sometimes when I do like super light brushes, the strokes, it's super light. Like I want it all to be like this, but instead sometimes I get it like this. Like that. So yeah, I found that when I was drawing with this brush, I was just like fighting it a lot. Like not so much, but just a bit too much for my liking. So with this one, it's a lot more to this is a lot more to what I tend to expect from the Pentel brush pen that I used to draw a lot with, but now I have no time, so yeah. But yeah, nothing much to do except to keep drawing. I've used the like this color. Where is it? I've used this to block out the areas that I need to draw on, but other than that, everything else is just the way that I've always do my brush pen drawings, which is like I'm just going to go organically without any plan. I probably have to clean this up. Oops, wrong. I think I also tend to prefer a brush that doesn't have any opacity when it comes to line art stuff. You can see like these are still sketches. I probably have to redo them all because I changed this a lot, and then it's a little bit how to say, like rough compared to everything else. Yeah, doing this this painting kind of reminds me of my like how I started out doing Procreate. Like last time when I used to draw on do my drawings, because I started out being like a I think almost a completely 2D Illustrator artist, and then I started going into 3D art like more recently. But when I was doing mostly Procreate, or like just all Procreate and brush pen stuff, I remember like in Procreate like my drawings were so slow because I need to see I'm doing it again. Man, I was because I'll be like really mindful about the like the pixel placement of the brush, and because I was working in probably like 1500 pixel canvas, I think. So this is like, what's this? This is like 4000. So like when I used to work in 2000s or less, then my paintings used to be pixelated, and it was the quality that I was using as like part of my art style, which was a bad idea because like I can spend like an hour to be like, oh man, this pixel is not good. Like this pixel is not good. It needs to be here. Something like that. I don't recommend it. But like when I was doing this drawing, and like can see it's just like a lot messier than like if you look up close, it's quite messy. In my old standards, like this is quite messy. But I'm doing things a lot faster now, and I'm just like really proud of myself for making some progress. But yeah, sometimes doing live streams, like I feel like that's a switch that I need to flip, which takes a while sometimes. So I'm just going to keep drawing and mess up a lot until I find the flow. So I find like this one. I think there's something else that I didn't really like to do. Like I probably just want everything to be perfect at the get-go. And like I didn't really like erasing things. And that looks nice. Not sure whether I need the brush a bit bigger. But then now it's like, oh, like I'm not really sure what I want to do, so I'm just going to do a little bit, and if it doesn't look nice, I just erase it. It's so much faster that way. See, like something like this used to take me like 30 minutes or something. Okay, this is probably one of my older lineups. See, it's so easy to just erase and redo it. I guess like one of the issues, if I think about it, is that because my speed used to be so slow, this one still looks so unnatural. Like it used to be like my speed is so slow that I would like it makes me I can't let go of the work that I've done in like the past 2 hours because I'm like, oh my god, it took me 2 hours to do this. That's probably a big reason why I couldn't erase things as easily as I do now. But I think also a part of it is that my skill level wasn't as good in terms of the speed, like creating things at the speed that I want. Like if I have all the time in the world, I'll be able to do a lot of things. This is too thick. But with this, with the hair section, which is quite a big area of the canvas, I'm just thinking of creating aesthetic looking, like circular shapes like this. That. So yeah, that's about it. I'm just gonna focus on doing some work now. I think the main thing is that I wouldn't want the shapes to be like very straight on like this. Hello, Richmond. I really love your setup. Thank you so much. Hope that you're having a good day. Yeah, I just realized while setting up this doing this setup, like, wait a minute, like my friend gave me a aoiktye style that really fits this. Makes me so happy. But yeah, as long as there are a few things that I look out for, which is what, this is too straight. Like, for example, something like this, it looks nice, but then it doesn't fit everything. So I'm going to just like make it a bit more curved. Then this way it will blend in a little bit to the other stuff. And then what else? Yeah, like I'm kind of looking, I'm just going to do this in case. I'm kind of looking at these kind of shapes as I'm drawing. Of course, this comes with a lot of practice, but I'm pretty used to it by now. Because I've drawn a lot of things without like planning, without like a base line art. So this is just something that I'm used to. But I can see like all these circles that I'm doing. Like this. Like I'm pretty conscious that I'm not, for example, like this. I'm not going to do something like this because that's too like even. So all these things I keep it in mind, like over here. So when I'm going to shade this in, when I'm going to shade this in, most probably I'll be doing something like this, something like that, just so that, oh wait, but then it lines up with this. Yeah, whatever. Just I thought you thought it was meant to from Berserk. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah. I probably wouldn't be able to draw as well as the Berserk artist. Yeah, I will never be able to draw as well as that, but like being able to, when people compare it to Berserk, I feel very happy. I'm just drawing cute girls. That's it. I don't really have a plan in mind what I'm drawing. Although I was quite inspired by oh my god, this is so straight. I was quite inspired by what's that thing called? By jellyfish. Yeah, I'm quite inspired by jellyfish. Like I was watching like a moon jelly live stream from Ontario. I forgot the name of the aquarium, but I was watching the live stream, and in some way, like that one the inspired this hair, which I started drawing from this section here, and then everything else just like went out from there. So probably the biggest influence would be the jellyfishes. Initially, I had the jellyfish drawn over here, but then I'm like, I mean, I don't know how to paint a jellyfish, so I erased it off. And yeah, iPad is really good. I use Krita and Huion. I see. Actually, how is Krita now? I haven't been using Krita for a while. I would think that Krita is quite good for painting. The last time I used Krita was to, cause I had to turn like one of my prints to like a big thing, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like maybe 16 pieces of A3 paper. So I was using Krita to like cut my images into 16 pieces. But I guess that's like the extent that I've used Krita for. So I can make a semicircle like this. It's good. Hello, Bluestone. There's a storm over here. Oh, it's really sunny and bright here. Well, it's quite like over, how to say, like super bright, but there's a lot of cloud cover, but it's very glaring. So like even though the sun doesn't really seem to be fully out, it's hard for me to look outside. It makes a lot of things very gray in a way. Like the leaves are kind of like washed out even though they're bright. It's just like one of the things that happens with the like being quite close to the equator. Like sometimes the lighting is not really that nice. But when the lighting is nice, like it's really nice. Let me finish this first. And thank you for liking my art. Yeah. I'm not really sure what to do with this part because I'm kind of having a I'm not sure whether it would be a problem where this one, the density of this is a lot more than the others. It's kind of like a problem that I have when I'm like, as I progress with a specific style, because my art style is like all over the place. But when I'm working on a painting or a sculpt, and then I'm kind of like honed in onto like one specific style, which is this thing right now, then I start getting better and better over the hours that I spend on it. And then as I get better, you can see the difference in quality between like this and this. And sometimes it stands out really badly. It's a good problem to have, I guess. But I'll keep in mind to try and keep things a bit bigger as I go. Like this instead of like this tiny bit here. The other thing that I have to plan for would be like how do I how do I fill up this area here? Probably want to put this one is like this. It gets more and more difficult as the drawings progress too, because like at the beginning of a drawing, like only you just need to fill up a little bit in the blank canvas, and then as it progresses to have like more and more elements, it becomes very complicated because I need to think about like, oh now what do I fit in at the back of this? Like this was the easy part for me. So I'm just gonna keep going. Probably want to just make this black. I'm not sure whether I should restart this because I was like creating like multiple circles and then I end up covering all of them, and then now the lines are all over the place, but I think it's fine. Oh, there's a lot more comments I just got. Yeah, it's like right now, what kind of color is it? Like instead of oh my god, I'm so bad at doing this. No, this is too bright. I guess normally the leaves would be like this, but then now it's like no. I guess this feels like what is happening right now. Like normally it'd be like this with a good lighting setup, and now it's like this. But it's not that I don't like when you go to European places or like on the earth, if you're further away from the equator, the lighting, because of the sun going like a longer distance, the lighting is a lot more pretty in general. It's something that I didn't realize until much later, when I was like, why is my photos in Singapore like all so shit? But then when I go to places like Japan and Korea, like, oh my god, like everything is so beautiful, like the lighting is so amazing. Okay, that's black. But oh yeah, thank you. I like my line control too. But this where is it? The streamline really matters, because like usually set to none. I'm just gonna demo a little bit what it looks like with none for me. It looks like that. Oh, I keep forgetting that I can't zoom in here. This is how it looks with none. I put at 50%. But if I put like 60%, then it starts feeling very laggy and unnatural. So 50% is pretty good. But I think like for me it's easier to control my lines with a brush pen, like a physical brush pen. With digital, I think because I'm using this metal nib, like I'm not sure they can see. So the distance from the the sensor to the iPad screen is a little bit bigger, and that does affect a little bit the wait, why is this, oh my god, why is this like going two different directions? Like it's going like that. I'm just going to merge it somehow. Oh, so I'm going to erase it later and redo it. So I probably want this to go like this, maybe? I think that looks nice if I go like this. Yeah. So I'm just going to follow this. Oh, and hello, Moku. Welcome to the stream. Maybe that's not right. I used to be like no, I cannot erase this. Like you can see that this is erased off. But I realized that it really doesn't matter. I don't know why I care about these things so much last time. But in some way they were good training, I guess. Like I suffered so much. Oh, another thing that I changed with the brush is that I tapered the ends. So yeah, I'm not really sure why there aren't a lot of brushes in, like, because I was testing the new brushes on and off. And I guess whenever I find a brush which I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try using this one, I realized that the ends are like super blunt. But the way that I'm used to using my brush pen, the physical one, is like I'm really I'm super precise with it, and I like the way that it tapers at both ends. So that's something that, okay, this part I probably don't really need to do it that much. Like maybe I can just erase this. Where's this one? Where is, what? Let's do this first. Go and make a super cute ring. Where's the hands? Hands. Yeah, I follow a lot of K-pop girl groups, and something that I realized that I like is like all these super cute accessories, and I realized that I should just add a lot more of them in my art pieces. So that looks cute. Just make sure that the perspective is correct, roughly correct. Oh, and I'm drawing an original character. Because I've been working on my Slate Aspire to edit, video edit, and 3D sculpt. So I'm kind of like I always get sick of the things that I'm doing at the moment, which is like fan art and 3D sculpting and video editing. So usually when I'm doing something, like I will jump into something completely different. Which is also why I never finish anything, I guess. But I know that I'm improving on that aspect. But yeah, I mean, like what is original art anyways? I don't really know. Do I want this to be over, or do I want this over or under? Yeah, I feel like this. Should I just redo this? I feel like it's rotated the angle that I don't like. Okay, let me try to rotate it. Yeah, this is also something that I used to not do, like just rotate things. Okay, I think that looks worse. I think it's fine. Actually, wait, let me just split this up because I want to liquefy this. Yeah, I think that looks better. Then I can merge this back again. I just find it easier to liquefy on a separate layer. And then it's like a little bit blur, but like it really doesn't matter. Unless it's like super blur, then yeah. Although one of the ways I can sharpen an image again is just erasing a little bit of that blurred edge. And that's, I can delete the, where is this one? And then I just like to check that, wait. I just like to check that it's better than the sketch. And as long as it's better than the sketch, then I'll delete the sketch away, and then that's done. This one I like the way that my sketch looks, so I'm just going to clean this part up. Sorry, I think I missed a comment, but let me just focus on this first. And I want this to be aligned to the bottom side. So I'm just going to move this in like this. I'm gonna rotate this. No. Actually, maybe this is fine. This is looking so weird. I think that's good enough. Hello Route 3D Designs. Nice to see you on a painting stream. Oh yes, hair looks so good. I'm really happy with the overall style of this hair. I think it started out with this. Like this is probably the first. These two were the first one, and I always like to. I like to draw patterns first, and if I really like the pattern, I'll expand it out. And when I expanded it out, I was really happy with the results of this. So the butterfly is done. I'll probably paint it first, just to, let me get you this color. And then biggest inspiration for my art style would probably be, well, this was like my initial inspirations, probably Kim Jong-gi and Berserk Kentaro Miura. But it gets really deep, because last time I used to be like a lot more depressed, couldn't do any work. Then it used to be like looking at them was more like unproductive than inspiring. But now that I can do work again, I would say that, like, when I was looking at Berserk again, it just inspired me to sit down and do some line art stuff, which is this one. But I would say that, like, Kim Jong-gi likes to do a lot of vehicles, a lot of weapons, people, buildings and structures. And I, like, for a few years I was thinking like I never really was interested in those things. I was more interested in like plants. So in terms of like inspiration, what I draw is what I like in real life, which is I like nature and I like plants and I like pretty girls and cute girls. I also like bishonen dudes, but I feel like I haven't really drawn them. But I'm starting to sculpt them a lot more, so I'm really happy with that. I think everyone should sculpt like a handsome dude, like at least once. Gives me a lot of happiness. In terms of like thinking about like how my art has, thinking about my evolution of what I like to draw, I would like, surprisingly, I would think that Chikawa is quite a big inspiration, because the artist is able to blend in like scary things and cool stuff together with very cute things. I guess like Chikawa is like is an example like why story is really important, which I'm trying to think about with my video edits. But it's not something that I spend a long time in, so, and doesn't come naturally to me. So it's just something that I'll organically develop over the years. And then in terms of 3D, there are a few artists that, yeah, I just don't, because like I used to feel like more, I'm trying to like talk as I think about how to paint this in. I used to be more like pushed down, like feeling more pushed down when I look at really nice art, than like feel motivated by it or inspired by it, which was really unproductive. So I haven't really been looking at a lot of stuff. Not even though I'm an artist, I feel quite out of the artist bubble. Like I know more about climbing stuff than art stuff at this time, because I've been watching like a lot of climbing content. Oh, but like, which reminds me, like, in terms of making content, like, probably the biggest inspirations right now would be climbing people, like Jonathan Sin or Magnus Midbow. So it's everything's all over the place. But then I realized that as long as I'm fast enough, I should be able to make everything work out and make things happen. So right now I'm just like focused on building up on my speed. And I think I'm like, I can confidently say that I'm doing things faster now, like especially with this. Like this was a day's worth of work so far. I'm not sure whether that's considered fast or not for like people who full-time paint, but it's like definitely very fast for me. Let me change the layers. And yeah, I am a 3D artist, and I was I'm my main thing is 3D art. Painting and drawing is like a side thing right now. I mean, I want everything to be my main thing eventually. It's just I'm not at that level right now. And I mean, like, I'm not at that level is that I'm not fast enough to do everything that I want. Because I realized that, like, to be a pro artist, like, meeting deadlines and keeping up with time is kind of like a big definition of an artist. Like, yeah, it is something that I've been really trying to work on in the past 2 years, and I think I've been improving. So I'm quite excited to see like how much more I can improve while I can do it. Okay, I think that is good. This one might be hidden behind this though, I'm not really sure. And do you mostly work on iPad? I mostly work on iPad. For both 3D and 2D stuff, I work on iPad. For video editing, I use my PC. Yeah, I don't find any reason why I need to use my PC for my personal works. Because I'm already used to like Nomad Sculpt and Procreate, so yeah. And I think like a big part of it is that I really like the I don't like Procreate interface. I think it sucks. Like, I don't understand why I cannot keep this page open. Like, maybe for the layers, like I can kind of get it because like all these are updated in real time. Maybe it might make Procreate very laggy if I keep this open. Who knows? But like I don't understand why I cannot like keep this open. I think I'm not sure whether like I'm just so happy that I can keep the color wheel open. It's like I feel like if they want to do if they want to do a minimal okay, let me erase this, a minimal layout, like at least just give us the choice, like to give us the choice to like leave things open if we want to. Because I don't like to I don't keep them open all the time, but when I do need to keep them open, then like I can't want to have the choice to do that. Because I probably would want to add more blacks somewhere. Probably there. But also yeah, like in recent time my focus is on producing my output, so I would say that the things that I'm working on is not really like, when it comes to 3D art, it's not really what I want 100%. Like my favorite sculpt is still the Elden Ring sculpt, but I spent like 1 year on that, so that's really not sustainable. But yeah, I'm mostly doing 3D stuff, and this is, it's like if I can finish a painting a day, then I would also want to do painting stuff. Okay, that's not that nice. Yeah, so it looks nicer when it's filled out like this. Sometimes it matters if you darken some areas more and just balance everything out more. And Clip Studio, you have to pay a subscription. That's about it. Maybe it's better, but I used to not do any work because of subscriptions, so that's one of the things that I would have to think about. Like, it's very stupid, I know, but I'm just doing whatever I can to do more work. So yeah. But yeah, as much as I complain about Procreate, it's just it's great that it's just a one-time payment, like Nomad Sculpt. Although Nomad Sculpt is also a one-time payment, and like you can customize the interface a lot. I think this one should be just. But I used to, like, before Nomad Sculpt, or before I knew about Nomad Sculpt, probably the only option that I had was like either I got like the license for ZBrush, or I use Blender. So when I started out sculpting, I was using Blender for a bit, but then I didn't really understand how to use it, and it was quite laggy with my PC at that time. And then like with ZBrush, I'm just like too depressed to use ZBrush. It sounds so stupid. So I didn't really get into sculpting until I got Nomad Sculpt. And then, like, the nice thing about Nomad Sculpt is that I could just keep messing around. Like, my iPad is just here, so I just kept messing around with my iPad. And then this one needs to be bigger. Yeah, I just kept messing around my iPad until eventually it clicked with me, like how I want to sculpt. I think that took like maybe 1 year for sculpting to click with me. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit to give the illusion that I didn't just erase this off. Although, I'm not really sure actually. Let me move this. Where's the lineup for this? Yeah, I really like using the iPad for making art because the way that the pen interacts with the screen, I feel like it can, like, not a lot of devices can match up to this. Right, if Procreate didn't exist and Nomad Sculpt didn't exist, I probably wouldn't be a 3D or 2D artist. Like, that's how much I owe it to these softwares to get better. Let me finish this up. This one is nice. And then let's make it go up a little bit like this direction. But also, like, after I found this brush, which I guess it took me a really long time to find this brush because for a while I was using the lichen brush. It's just a lot easier for me to draw in Procreate now. And I just found this brush like 2 nights ago or like 1 night ago, so when I started doing this one. So it's quite recent. I was using other brushes to do line art in like the previous paintings that I did. You get faster with time, the more it's got. Well, thank you for your encouragement. I think that's what is nice about live streaming. I do tend to forget, like, to be kinder to myself. Like, usually you guys are like a lot nicer to me than I am to myself. So like something like this, where I use like a horizontal line to clean up the edges, it might not really be a good idea because everything else is more like open-ended. But I think just like having it a little bit here is fine. So that's something else that I think about. Because all of these like comes with practice. Like I like on day 1 of doing brush pen, like I wouldn't be able to think about all these little things at the same time. But yeah, I'm so thankful that Blender is free. Like when I'm able to make an income, I do want to donate to them. Okay, let me. So this part is done. And also, like, sometimes I'm leaving, you can see, like, sometimes I'm leaving this like edges here, and sometimes I'm not. So it's kind of a balance, like, do I want to include them or not? It's dependent on like where it is right now. Not every, like, this one doesn't really have it. There's a lot of things to think about. Maybe it's like a lot of things to think about when there are no sketches to follow. I'm not sure whether this one should be. But I would use Blender for my 3D stuff too. I almost forgot because I haven't been using it for a while. To render out my sculpts from Nomad Sculpt. But I do find like it takes up a lot of my time. So I've been trying to pivot to like this part doesn't really look that nice. So I've been trying to pivot to like just doing everything purely in Nomad Sculpt. So my latest, the video edit that I'm working on right now, which has a lot of work to do. It's, do I need to, like that one will have, it's just purely Nomad and no Blender for it. Just to make everything, just to speed everything up. So those are some of the things that I'm considering when I'm doing my stuff. Okay, I think this is fine. I'm not sure. Okay, I just keep going. So with this one, probably following this line. So maybe it it's like, do I want this to go out like this? So this around the time when I start thinking about silhouette. Like I might not want it to go there. Like let's say if I make it go here. I guess it's fine. I'm just wondering whether or not it's better to cut it here or cut it here. Yeah, probably I'll just go this direction then. Let me just I'll just use this as a guide. I can delete this now. Probably should paint this up. I feel like I got the order wrong though, because this hand, but right, this hand to me should be above. Here, let me fix that. Okay. Let me fix this first. I got so many things to fix. let me paint these in first. Let's see, this part. What's over here? Oh, okay. Probably want to duplicate this. Where is it? Just going to do this first. To match up to the negative area that I was doing. Okay, so this is done. Then now I can paint this properly. It's a bigger brush. Probably will want to fill this up later. Probably a one that had to go like this, I think. Not sure whether I want to fill this up. Then I can clean this up a bit. It's a bit. I think there's something wrong with my fingers, so I'm not going to make this super clean. I just make sure that there aren't any stray paint brushes. Oh, and don't worry about typos. I do them all the time. What do you think of Maya and ZBrush? I used to use Maya only. You get that. Wait, let me see. To rock 3D design, I'm on Android, so thankfully. Yeah, it's so great that Nomad Sculpt works on like everything. And they're going to make a desktop version as well. It's like wow, so amazing. For 2D, oh, you use Concept. I haven't heard of that. Maybe I should. Where's my pen? If this style has painted on trees called resolution, yeah. Concept. It's actually doing this kind of thing for a 3D sculpt is something that I'm going to explore once the Slay the Spire 2 sculpt is done. As in once the video is done. The video is going to be so cute. I hope. But once that one's done, and I think my next video idea is the 100 meters one. I'm going to explore doing a brush pen-ish thing with that one. But I'm not really sure like what I want to do with it yet. And I mean everything is always like a new idea. Always trying to do new ideas, so I don't really know whether or not things are going to work out. Same with the Slay the Spire 2 sculpt and like with this painting. So just like seeing my track record, it's I'm feeling like more excited than scared of messing up. Oh wait, what's this? But yeah, I do think like yeah, I want to find a balance between like brush pen stuff like and 2D illustration stuff with my 3D things. So I think the 100 meters, like if you haven't watched it, like it's really good. Well, I like it a lot. But it might also be that I like the start of this year I just got back into running. So maybe that's why I feel like I like the show a lot. But at the same time, like the show is about people passionate about their like what they love to do. And I think that's something that like I can relate to a lot too. That's why I like it so much. But I would think like this the 100 meters one, like there is a certain kind of art style to it, which I kind of think would be a good practice, like a good experiment ground to kind of blend in between like my brush pen stuff and the 3D stuff. I'm just not sure how I want to do it yet. Okay, so I clean up the hand. Let's go back to brush pen. But yeah, I'm excited to go to that. But I need to finish the Slay the Spire 2 one first. And you can import 3D. I haven't tried importing and texturing, but there are quite a lot of I think there are quite a lot of tutorials out there for Nomad Sculpt texturing and stuff. But it's not. Where's this coming from? I'm like really annoyed by these things. Okay. OCPD. Yeah, I've seen texturing and what's it called? Texturing and wait, let me get my music first. Where is it? I've seen texturing and UV mapping and stuff on tutorials online, so yep, it's there. But I haven't found the need to do it. And I feel like I'm not really sure whether or not for the 100 meters one I'm going to do a texturing and UV kind of thing. But most likely I'm not going to do that. I kind of have like a very big idea of what I want to do to experiment with that one. This is such a small area, so I'm just going to fill it up with like lines like that. And then if the lines is not matching up, then I just push it a bit with liquify. I spent so many years drawing like without using Liquify. Because I was using a super small canvas and everything's pixelated. So if I liquefy things, then it's just like pixels everywhere. So I couldn't use Liquify. Oh my god. Can't believe like the amount of work that I did last time to torture myself. I'm going to make this darker. And in terms of but yeah, like it's so cool that you can do everything on the iPad now. Like the only thing that I can't do on the iPad is like the reason why I'm using Blender is because I like to render my 3D sculpts with like a volumetrics. So that's the only thing that I can't get with Nomad Sculpt because like I'll need to make the cube with like the noise texture with the smoke to generate the noise in 3D space. And I can't do that in Nomad Sculpt. But then in the recent stuff that I'm doing, like I'm trying to not use that rendering setup. So maybe I might really like just use purely Nomad Sculpt for the time being. Sometimes like the small areas is a bit difficult. I feel like it's not gelling well with the other areas. And in terms of Maya and I personally think that I didn't like Maya interface. As much as I complain about like Procreate interface, like I didn't like Maya interface. It just feels very dry. And this is coming from someone who used Maya a lot and like last time before Blender was like a usable thing. I spent like so many years in Maya and I just use it without complaint. But it's like once you have Blender and like you can see how nice the interface and everything is, then it's like you can start comparing. It's like back then Maya was the only thing that I had, so I had no complaints. I used to be the type of artist who would be like okay, the software is telling me to use this a specific way, and then I will kind of like change the way that I do my stuff to fit what the software wants. Like that's how I used to do my things, which is very different from now because now I'm just like I want to do things my way. But it's like working in a company that used like when I used to work in a big VFX company, so I can see how important Maya is in the workflow. It's just and it's very hard to change, like for a really big company, like it's just difficult to change your pipeline, like the whole pipeline from like I don't know, like 5 different departments with like at least 20 people in each team or something. But yeah, I'm not really sure like how long everyone's gonna use Maya for. But it's also so expensive, like it's like how can a student pay up so much? I don't understand. I think these fingers are quite finalized, so It's just this one, not really sure about that one. And and hello Leapfrog Anims. Welcome to the stream. Sorry for the late responses. Like, I feel like I don't really have enough processing power to look both ways. And then poly models 10K. Let's see. But in terms of like the ZBrush, I've seen a lot of cool things done with it, so yeah. The only thing that personally I find that I couldn't gel with ZBrush was that with ZBrush you can really optimize your sculpt, so you can work super well with subdivision mesh. And then let me, like every time you, like it's kind of common, what's that thing called? It's like the common way to sculpt by subdivision. So every time you turn your sculpt, it's it will switch to the low poly version, and then when you stop spinning or rotating or moving, then it switches back to the high poly version. I was also doing that when I was trying out sculpting in Blender, and yeah, I just couldn't get into it. Let me, where's this one? Like with Nomad Sculpt, my mesh is shit. Everything's like super messy. But at least I can rotate around and look at everything with real-time lighting. Like it's so amazing. This one is a bit off. I think I'll just restart this. I can show you. Oops, I forgot to charge my iPad. Like this one. This one is let me see. This is also original art. Okay, it's a bit laggy, but it's fine because everything is turned on right now. Where's the stats? Okay. So this is like 4 million polys right now visible, and it's using real-time lighting with post-process. So this is without, actually the post-process not really doing a lot. But yeah, real-time lighting, post-process, and I can look at it and like all these high poly stuff, like it's not switching into like, I mean, I'm not using subdivision modeling, so yeah, like all these things, like being able to just rotate around this and like sculpt on this and do everything with real-time lighting and like high poly. It's a dream. I guess I'm quite spoiled, like just being able to do this. Let me get my charger. Yeah, I'm always thankful about like to be given the ability to do all these things. Where's this? Oh, it's here. Oh my god, so many. Hello, dislocated pinky tiny toe guy. I remember you now. Wait. Oh right, the pull-ups was the. I do remember your name. If I look at it, I remember the overall vibe of it. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just really bad with names, so. I was thinking about like writing everyone's names on a piece of paper so that I can remember, but then everyone's like nice, so you guys would just tell me who you are. But I guess this is also kind of like what happens when I'm like putting half of my brain on doing quite difficult work. Like it's a little bit difficult to to remember things. Sometimes I don't remember, like I don't remember like what I did during the stream. My brain is not working that well. I mostly do heavy stuff. What's the recommended limit for Procreate? You mean like doing 3D things? Oh, and then like I tried doing 3D stuff in Procreate, like with the paint, and then I realized that I could just do it with text painting. So I just stopped doing Procreate stuff. Okay, let me get back to this. Start really gelling with this. Why is it not? Isn't it the same? Isn't this going that way? Okay, that looks better. I'll make this part bigger. I'm not really sure whether or not I do want to keep this shape because like maybe it is working out right now. I don't remember why I did this. Like there's such an even spacing here. Trying to match up this onto this side. I realized that a lot of time has passed, so I'm trying to focus on finishing more things. I always like making this kind of how to say, twisted, this kind of ribbon thing, like that. So like something that I always try to do in different things. JoJo vibe. What is this stand? I'm not really sure. Well, one of them has plants, so one of the stand is plants. I feel like there's so many plants that like you can make a series of JoJo stands with just plants alone. Because the idea is one of the white color goal in my sculpt is creates like those black color stuff around the goal. But yeah, every no, I went no. No, why you do this? No. Ah, damn it. I'm just gonna redo this. Wait, I work on the wrong layer. Do I have enough undos for this? Oh my god, I have enough undos. Wow. Amazing. Oh, that's about it. Okay. I thought I was doing good about like not making the mistake of drawing on the wrong layer, but it's always a first for everything. And I'll just make this one better than the one before. I try not to do like different directions for my pen stroke, but then like this is a really small area, so it's fine. So like let's say if I do this, then I'll just try to cover like that. and then now everything's going one direction. Let me just undo this. Let me just check that I'm on the right layer. I'm also trying to think about, like, let's say if the hair is more in the background layer compared to the front. I'm also like bullshitting right now. just pretend that I'm doing all this intentionally, but like I tried. Oh my god, sun's intense. Like the foreground circles will be more circular than the ones at the back. So the ones here will be, if this is more oval like this, then later on I'm going to do a bigger circle like that at the front. And sometimes it's helpful to do like a sketch. Well, there's all these add-ons and apps that I don't know about. Hey Moku, thanks for hanging out. See you next time. And hello Peapart04. Cute name. So I'm going to just try and fill this up as quickly as I can. I just focus on like one side of the circle, and then when that is done, then I start building up the edge of the circle. So I'm gonna build this up. Like this. Because I want it to be a little bit darker on the edges of the circular highlights. And try to neaten it up too. Like this. Something like this. Even the gray areas, so I can see there's a shape like this. Brown color. Like this. Or like that. Oh, I guess this is more obvious. But there's like kind of like secondary shapes inside the gray areas too. So it's not just like a completely flat thing. I think that's why, like, even though my art is not the best, is my painting's not the best, like I really enjoy it, making it so much, because like there's just so many things that I have to think about. It really makes it feel like it's mine. Oops, wrong direction. This one's starting to curve in a little bit more like that. Just gonna fill this up. I think that looks nice. Just need to think about where I want it to be black. Usually, like when I'm thinking about like what areas do I black out, what areas do I keep white, is I used to, hello Manjusha. Yeah. I used to do like let's say if this is the object, I think I used to do so many mistakes that I'll cover this area with like 80% black and then the remaining 20% is white, which I feel like makes my drawings very heavy and quite dark. Like, it is a specific type of art style, but I prefer my art pieces to look a little bit like more lifted. So I try to let's see, how many percent is this? I try to do like more 50% white, so you can see like I think the non-black areas are more than 50% of the hair, I think. So that's the way that I think about it now. Even with sculpting, I think about how many percent is like black and how many percent is, I mean, dark tones, and how many percent is like bright tones. I think there's so much crossover between 2D and 3D art. But another thing that I think about, which makes it like a lot simpler for me to like, oh, this is like an easy part to fill out, is that areas between objects, like let's say here, I'll make it more I'll make it darker, like kind of like ambient occlusion kind of things. So if I don't know what to fill up over here, I'll just work on the easy stuff first, which is the ambient occlusion between the fingers and the hair. Can't really see where the finger is. And then when that part is filled out, it makes the other parts like hopefully a lot easier to fill out. So like the edges of the canvas too, usually I just make it darker. It just helps to frame up the whole thing. So I'm gonna fill this up. And then probably fill this up. And I'll paint the background over here like a darker color. So I don't need to worry about the bright pigments coming through right now. This was looking a bit bright still. So I'm going to darken this area. So I can make this like a 50% gray for the ambient occlusion, and then make the surrounding areas a bit more black, like this, and then that should be good. So this one is done. Probably don't really like the way that this one is following the curve of the hand, so I will shift it down a little bit. But I'll probably make it quite big. So I think this looks better, because previously it was like really following the curve of the finger. Although this finger is going to change a little bit, like just a tiny bit, but probably just this part. Probably I move this out a little bit, so I don't really have to worry about this section. But it's really fun to make original art pieces with both 2D and 3D. I feel like with 2D and 3D, like the type of things that I do is, the ideas that I get is quite different. Oh, thank you for the yeah, I'm locked in, sorry. Thank you for the encouragement, because I probably have to go back to video editing soon, so I'm trying to finish this section, or at least I will try to finish finish the planning for these large sections, and then I'll go. But yeah, like with 2D and 3D art, the like the sculpt that I was showing, my original 3D art sculpt, that one started out as a painting, and then I was feeling like, oh man, like this idea will feel really good as a 3D sculpt, and so it developed into a 3D sculpt. Okay, so this part I want to go this way. Wait, this way? No, just filling up the empty spaces. So it's gonna be like this. This one is a big one. I feel like it's probably too big. Maybe if I make this smaller by doing this. And then maybe like this. I think they don't need to be all circular. Sometimes a really big empty space is quite difficult to figure out like what kind of shapes I want inside them. So I think that looks better. It's just that unfortunately it's following the fingers again. So I need to oh man. After this, the goal will be to match this one to this area. So like normally the way that I do a brush pen without sketching out, I wanted you to guide me. I feel like I see too many comments really. Oh my god, why is this? But I see the word viral and like I can't help you with that because I don't know anything about social media and marketing. So unless you're asking someone in the chat, then yeah, I think anyone in the chat is like a better help than me in terms of that regard. But whenever I'm doing a drawing without planning, the way that I tie things together would just be like I find an element here that I will use as a reference, and then as I branch out over here, I always try to match it up to the reference point. So you can see that even though they are all even though they are all quite different, like the way that the style feels, like it feels similar to these areas, and I'm like very consciously doing all these things. Like I'm always thinking about like, am I matching up to this other section? And it'll be the same thing when I start working on this side. Like it should match up to this section here, or like even to this one. But like sometimes there's like this it can easily be like the left side doesn't look like the right side. So I'll probably just try to always match up to this part, even on the left side, when I get there. Oh my god, so much work to do. But yeah, I'll spend some time to look at the comments, to look at chat when I'm done with this section here, and then I'll be off to do more video editing. Just this part left. I think this part, oops, I probably shape it down. Like this, so that it doesn't follow the silhouette of the finger that much. And then I will just work on this part. Just one more bit before I go. Not sure whether I want to fill this area up. I think I have very narrow ears. I just tend to not do very complicated designs because I often make that mistake and then it feels really messy. So I'm just going to keep it very simple and straightforward. Like more blacks and grays in this narrow section. And then if I need to change the fingers, I will just adjust this later on. And this part is too like completely black and white, so I'm going to adjust it a bit. My brain's like pretty fried right now. I need a break. I'm starting to get sick of doing this. So it's a good time to go back to video editing. Yeah, I hope that if you're doing any line art kind of things, even on like 3D side, that you will learn something from my years of experience doing brush pen stuff. I think this is about it. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I feel like this section is missing something. Probably will just draw this in at some point. Yeah, I will stop here. Okay. Hey, thanks Manjusha for the encouragement. Let me just make sure that I didn't miss anything. Let's go. Using flipper clip. But there's so many things that Okay. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll go back to video editing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.